I went to Silver Dollar City in Branson, Missouri. They are building the new Silver Dollar City Resort. I've got an update and some exclusive construction video for you. Speaking of construction, they are building something inside the park. We'll speculate about what that is. And Outlaw Run, what is with the trees coming down around Outlaw Run? I asked them the question and got an answer. Let's do it. All right, so as I mentioned, Silver Dollar City, Branson, Missouri was there just a few days ago for the kickoff of their Spring Expo. It's their new Spring Exposition, this festival they're doing. I'm going to talk about that in a second. But first, I wanted to get right into the thing that I think is most pressing for me, being from Chicago. You know, every time I go down to Silver Dollar City, it's not hard to find somewhere to stay, but it's hard to find somewhere to stay that isn't like a 15 or 20-minute drive from the theme park. And so they are building their own resort, which is a huge deal. The Silver Dollar City Resort, they announced this last year. I've got a video about it on the channel. I was out there when it was announced, talked to Silver Dollar City's president about the project. A 262 room hotel, just all the really, it looks super fancy. I mean, ridiculously nice. The place is, though, where the hotel is going to be is the story of this hotel. Because when you go out to the site, I've been out there twice now, the view of Table Rock Lake looking out from this hotel is just absolutely stunning. So the first time I was out there, they showed us this, they showed me the mountain where this hotel was going to be. And what they had to do was, they were explaining it to me, they had to basically like blast this mountain away. Like 70, 80 feet of mountain had to go bye-bye. And so they've done that over the past few months since I've been there, and they provided me with exclusive video of what it looks like when they are doing the blasting of this. You want to see it? Because I think it's pretty darn cool. You want to see it? Here we go.
Dang.
So I thought that was pretty darn cool to see that, and I love the reaction from the guys who are doing the blasting. You want to hear it one more time? Let's see it one more time.
Dang.
So as I mentioned, they have blown away like 70 feet of mountain to make the site look like this. You can see what it looked like before, and this is what it looks like now. And that's where that hotel is going to sit. I was able to drive down with the crew safely into an area where they are doing some work where the pool's gonna go. The pool's gonna go there and some other things, and the concept art is one thing, right? So we've seen that, but it's still hard for me to like wrap my mind around exactly how this thing is gonna sit, where it's being sort of positioned to sit at the moment, but it is just, the views are just outstanding. So you can see a lot of work was being done to sort of flatten out this area, and they're finally digging and putting in sort of the infrastructure where the pool will be and other of the amenities and things for this hotel will be. Things we don't know right now are the interior. What exactly is it going to look like? We have these concept art for the outside, but that should be rolled out over the next year or so. The hotel is scheduled to open at the end of 2026. It's the first part of a $500 million investment that Silver Dollar City is making into the theme park there. This hotel is costing about $100 million of that, so they still have $400 million they are pledging to spend over the next 10 years, which is pretty incredible. They have purchased all of this land going from the theme park to where this hotel is. So there's just a lot of room to expand, to add things, maybe add another resort if they wanted to do that. Their sister park, Dollywood, in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, they have 2 resorts, and it's been very successful for them. So no doubt the people of Silver Dollar City are looking at them and seeing the success that they've had and thinking, like, why can't we do this as well? So speaking of all that money they've got to spend, there's something else happening in the park, which is kind of interesting. This is between Wildfire, the roller coaster, and the Powder Keg roller coaster, and right near where the American Plunge, the log flume ride is, there are a ton of construction walls up, and there is clear work being done in that little section between all of those rides. So you can't see much when you're walking by. The walls are pretty high, but there are a couple spots if you stand over by Powder Keg or even by American Plunge where you can sort of see over, and you see that, yeah, they've cleared out a lot of room there. There is some wood sitting there. Wood means building something. Usually I did ask the people at Silver Dollar City, like, hey, what's going on in this area? And the answer I got was, can't tell you. Can't tell you what's happening. They didn't tell me nothing's happening. Don't worry about it. We're just doing some beautification of the park or anything like that. it was pretty clear that something is happening, but they are not ready to reveal anything about what it is yet. I know there's a lot of people speculating, could this be a new roller coaster that's going in there? For me personally, I know a lot of people have asked want a Giga coaster at Silver Dollar City. Like, Silver Dollar City needs a Giga, right? I think that if it were me, I would love to see them add something like Big Bear Mountain, a family launch coaster that's a little bit more thrilling than, say, Fire in the Hole, but not nearly as thrilling as something like Wildfire, Time Traveler, Outlaw Run, Powder Keg. Like, those are kind of next level thrills. And so when you have kids in that medium range who are like, Fire in the Hole is a little bit tame for them, but something like Time Traveler or Outlaw Run is just too intense at the moment. Like those Big Bear Mountain type coasters, which have been that was really successful at Dollywood. Everyone I know goes to Dollywood, loves Big Bear Mountain. I think it would be great to have something like that at Silver Dollar City. I know they have Thunderation, but I mean, like, come on. That's a really old aero coaster. It's not very comfortable for adults to ride that. My kids love riding it over and over again. There's only so many times I can go through that tunnel as an adult and walk off, right? It's just getting old. Love the ride, but like, man, it's getting old. So I have something smooth like a Big Bear Mountain there with some thrills, but something the whole entire family could ride, to me would be a great addition to the park. Not sure that's what is going in here. Not even sure if it's a roller coaster going in here. But they've got a whole bunch of space to work with going out west toward where that resort is. Do they add more lands eventually? Do they add more? I don't even know. Like, what do you do with all of that space? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below of what you want to see Silver Dollar City do, or what do you think they're going to do. But my prediction is that in 2026, it's not just going to be the resort opening at the end of 2026. I think we're going to get something else coming to Silver Dollar City next year, and my suspicion it's going to be in that spot. And what it is, I really don't know. Speaking of what we do know is new, I was also there for the first day of their Spring Exposition. This is their new spring festival that they're doing. This is in the plaza section of Silver Dollar City. This is new for them, but if you've been to the park before during Harvest Festival, you know they do this little, the section between the Grand Exposition and the Fire District where Fire in the Hole is, the new Fire in the Hole is. They have this like kind of, it was like an employee parking lot, I think, at some point back there, but they would open it up for this fest. They would put some booths, a little music stage, and they'd have a little dance party back there. Well, now that's an official section of the park called the Plaza, where they're going to be doing these events all throughout the season. And there's a bunch of tables there, like a ton of tables where people can just sit and relax. And they had some music going. They had the little booths set up. They had a master gardener there where you could go and talk to them, ask questions about your garden at home, what you were doing. You could buy seeds. I bought some honey from a local honey distributor. They were out of Arkansas, like a couple-hour drive away. The honey was really good. It was like honey whipped with cinnamon and cocoa powder and everything else. It was good. So it was like, it wasn't quite like being at a farmer's market, but it kind of had that vibe a little bit of what they're trying to do there. So that's the Spring Expo. But the cool thing about the plaza is that not only can you hang out in this plaza, but now you can connect from Grand Exposition to the Fire District. So it makes a loop now. So when you go to Grand Exposition, it doesn't just dead end there and you got to go all the way back. When you go to Fire District, it doesn't dead end there and go all the way back. You can now loop around. That path will be open all the time for people to go around the park. So just another way to loop around Silver Dollar City so there's not just all of these dead ends all over the place. That's a huge win. To me, that was like the big thing of the plaza, was to have that loop there, which was pretty cool. The other thing they had, which I went and saw was great, was the Down Home Clogging Jamboree. And there's a group there called All That. It's a percussion group, a clogging group. They've been on America's Got Talent in the past, and it was a really great show. It's a 30-minute show where they kind of walk you through the history of clogging a little bit. They talk about tap dancing versus clogging, what's the difference, and the dancers are just phenomenal. They were just so good, and I loved that the show was like a lean 30. You were in and out. They brought all the energy. It was like perfect length of a show, and the music mixes too during the show were really good. It was just great. So I highly recommend it. It's in the Opera House, which is over near Powder Keg at Silver Dollar City, multiple times a day. I'm sure they're doing it. It was great. And finally, the other thing that a few of you reached out to me and said, hey, can you ask them about the trees around Outlaw Run? What is happening? If you don't know Outlaw Run, that's the Rocky Mountain construction coaster there. Great ride. That was the ride that started my entire Coast in the Country segment on TV. That was the first Coast in the Country segment I did, driving down to Silver Dollar City to go to the opening of Outlaw Run, where these guys from Rocky Mountain Construction were building this crazy looping wooden coaster. It was like, what? You're doing this with a wooden coaster? Anyway, that was, 2013, I think, when that happened. Anyway, wow, a while back. But some people reached out and said, hey, they're cutting down trees along Outlaw Run. What is going on with that? So I went back there and checked it out. And, yeah, I could see where there were some tree stumps. It looked like some trees had been removed. It looked a lot less wooded than it had in the past from what I remembered. Maybe it's not as dramatic as I'm thinking, but it did feel a lot more open back there when you were standing on the observation platform looking at the ride. I asked the people at Silver Dollar City, what's going on with this? Why are these trees being removed? And the answer I got was simply that, the trees just at some point, they either have to be pared back or they have to be taken out because it's an issue for the ride, right? You can't have trees if they're getting too old land on the tracks or get in the way or just be kind of a threat, right? They just have to be taken out. The other thing people told me there about the trees in that region is that the soil quality is not super great there. I think because you're kind of in the mountains and all that, like it's sort of a mountainous soil than like the soil that you have in other parts of the country. So some of these trees only live a few decades, I guess. And when you look at them, they're kind of brittle. Like a lot of them look sort of brittle. And they get storms through there, they get winds through there, and you just worry about trees falling down on rides, so they made the decision to remove some of the trees. That's the way it was explained to me. If there's something else to it, I don't know what it is, but the simple answer I got was just that they just had to do it for safety's sake, and they removed some of the trees. The ride was running when I was there. By all accounts, it was running well. So, yeah, that's the update on Outlaw Run. But to me, the big questions are this. Can't wait to see the inside of the new resort. Really want to know what that's going to look like. Look for that to start rolling out. I hope soon-ish over the next months as the season goes on. Maybe we get to see more of that as they're finalizing plans for everything. And also, what the heck are they building there? What is new at Silver Dollar City in 2026? I want to hear your predictions. Don't forget to subscribe. Please like this video. It's good to be back. I've had a little break here on the channel for a little bit. Been traveling, doing some things. So I hope to get into more regular posting, but can't wait to read your comments about what you think is coming there. And if you haven't been to Silver Dollar City yet, it is one of my absolute favorite places to go. Love the theme park. Maybe America's best true theme park. That's what I'm going to say, because that 1880s theme goes throughout the entire place. And at the heart of it is this awesome natural wonder of the Marvel Cave. So if you go, make sure you get a tour of the Marvel Cave. Squeeze that in there. It takes about an hour of your day, but you will not regret it. It is the coolest thing. And there's not many theme parks that can say they have a stinking cave at the middle of the park. That's cool. Anyway, so that's my tip. Don't forget to follow me on social media, like and subscribe to this video. Peace out.